Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, Technical Trader. It's Wednesday night, May the 4th, and these are the charts of the day. Today we're going to cover some longs and a few shorts as well. It's been a difficult market. Downside pressure continues. Not a surprise to us, but most of the stocks we follow are acting pretty well, although we're starting to see some of our swing trades get taken out with stops, and that's okay. As long as we protect our positions, we'll be fine. That's the big problem with most people. They do not know how to they don't know how to continue in a stock, or how to get out of a stock, I should say, when it breaks down. Okay, starting off with Adams Golf. Significant day today, up 48%, $2.41 to close at 741, getting as high as 804. But if you take a look at this chart, going back several years, you'll see this is the highest level it reached since 08. It ran right up against that resistance level, backed off and closed there. The next logical target would be about 10.5, and I look forward to seeing if that is going to make that kind of move over the coming days and weeks. Nice day for AXTI. Now, this is a stock that had been done very well for a couple of years. Finally broke after running way up from under $1 to over 12. Cracked hard in February and March, finally based out, and then today, significant break back out on volume with a breakaway gap above the key resistance level. Volume surged 2.8 million shares. The stock was up 81 cents or 11.2%, and on 2.85 million, as I said. Significant day, and at this point, with the breakout above its lateral price resistance and up through the moving averages over the last couple sessions, this is a stock that could very well make it back up towards this level here, which would be my trading target around 9.25, 9.5. BioScrip, a beautiful follow-through day, and getting up to 680. Yesterday morning was 477, so a substantial 50% move in 2 days. We're up against key overhead resistance. We could see some kind of pullback or consolidation, but momentum strong on this one, and wouldn't shock me entirely if this one kept on running until it got up to the 9.5 range. But we'll see what happens. So right now, let's got to get through this zone here in the 675 to 710, 15 zone on Biosource. CETV setting up very nicely after this breakout here. We can see that little consolidation that's going on in this zone here. Today was up 41 cents, just a couple percent, but and volume increase, but it could be a platform that sets it up for a move up. Keep an eye on this one, and if it does make a move over 23.80, I can look for the stock to get to 26, 26.5. Giant Interactive acting very well of late. After the move up in April and pull back to test support, it bounced sharply last week, and then last couple of days have been consolidating nicely in here. A pop across this range should get us to 9.5, and then up towards the 10, 10, 15 zone. GTXI continues very strong since I mentioned it a couple weeks ago when it's trading about 380. It's moved up to 526 today. Continues to look higher. My target of 6 may be in reach. We'll see if the market willingness stock continues to do that. IPCI, a nice surge here on volume the last few days, consolidating also in this range. I'm looking for good things from the stock over the next few weeks, but my immediate target is 6 with a longer term target, 8.5. ISTA popped out a very heavy volume out of a 5-week coil today, reaching as high as 1097 and backing off with market pressures. And you can see overhead resistance around 1135.39 zone. If taken out, it should lead to 13, and that's my trading target for ISTA. MGM, significant price volume surge on a negative day today. When you see relative strength on a stock like on a day like this, you have to pay attention. 80 million shares. That's the biggest volume MGM has traded since early November of last year. It's about 6-7 months. And certainly at this point, if you can get through this lateral price resistance, which it backed off today, around 440.50 zone, then the stock could make it up, perhaps up to a 15.5, 3/4 my next trading target. New Skin, NUS, another significant price volume surge today, jumping from 32.40 to 36.54 to settle at 35.41, up 245 today on 2.6 million. That's the biggest volume in a month, and the second biggest volume since February. But more importantly, look at the chart. You'll see the key long-term resistance line was taken out with a thrust. At this point, we're at multiple year highs, actually all-time highs. And at this point, anytime I see a stock making all-time highs when the market is falling, we need to keep an eye on this one, looking for 39.40 zone target on NUS. Silicon Graphics, which was a swing trade of ours here and here, then pulled back in a 4-week declining channel, took out actually the moving averages and dipped, but today exploded for 401, 24%, 2.5 million shares, heaviest volume since this spike in February. Looks to me like a new uptrend may be initiated with this move today, but in order to confirm that, we need to get it to 21.72. That's the minor trading target. The longer term trading target at 25, or should I say secondary target at 25. ShoreTel setting up a beautiful 5-day flag after the big pop a week ago. At this point, acting very well in a negative market as well. Technicals look great, and if we can get a market to move up for a few days, this thing could be a $12 stock very quickly. And those are your longs for today. Let's look at the box of shorts and go over a few stocks on that list. Ensign Group, the long-term facility care facilities, got crushed last week and broke key support, taking out the neckline of its head and shoulders top and the trend line, coming down to support and bouncing. But in at least 3 days here, it doesn't look like it has much gusto. Today it dropped 48 cents and may roll over. I wouldn't be shocked to see the stock at 23.5, 24 zone short term. Heartware, which has broken a key resistance level and a major head and shoulders top, I should say support, a major head and shoulders top here, then formed a little bit of a bear wedge, moved up to test the gap, failed, and rolled over for $2.99 today. This looks very, very dangerous. A stock that could perhaps make it down to test this zone initially, and that would be our short-term trading target around, let's call it 60. Lamar advertising, ugly as it gets right now. Rollover head and shoulders top, spike down in April, a bear wedge forms in here. Stock fell out of it last week and accelerated sharply down today, 328 or 10% on 2.8 million shares. Very negative action. At this point, I'm going to look for more downside action on Lamar and a move to test the 24.5, 25 zone as my next trading target. Rent-A-Center also looking pretty ugly, had a big spike down and cracked up a major uptrend. And the best it can do since that, and that was a major drop, is a bear flag in here. If it rolls over here, I'm looking for 28.5, an initial short-term move, followed by a longer-term move, potentially down around the 24.5 range. Rockwell rolling over with gusto. After the big spike down a week ago, the stock moving down steadily every day. Today it took out lateral price support just slightly, but could very easily be a $77 stock short term. And lastly for today's Trimble navigation, which we put on our list last week when it cracked here. And then so far this week, it stalled, got hammered, and got hammered again. Just in the last 2 sessions, it's dropped about $6 from the $47 to, well, $7, so 46.5 to 40 range, 39.86 being the low today. Now it's a bit oversold short term. Look for a snapback, a reaction, and then perhaps more downside. Ultimately, I could see Trimble back down around the 33, 34 zone as my target. And that's it for today. Some long and some shorts. Treacherous market out there. Be very careful. Talk to you tomorrow.